Okay, good morning. Hello everyone. I hope you all are fine. I'm also fine here. Today we'll discuss about qualitative analysis, and in that we will discuss salt analysis. Okay. So as you know, beginning from the class 10, that what is the salt? Salt are formed by the acid-base nucleation reaction. Salt is formed by the reaction of acid and the base. Like when NaOH react with HCl, so it forms a salt, sodium chloride, along with water molecule. So you can see here in each and every salt, like NaCl, there is a cation and that is the anion. So whenever acid and base they will react, a salt will be formed, and in that salt the one will be cation and another will be anion. Now when this anion, like sodium ion, it will react with water, so it will form sodium hydroxide. Okay, so obviously it is a kind of base, and when anion, like chloride ion here, when it will react with water, so it will form hydrochloric acid, and no doubt this is called as acid. So first of all, in any salt, the cation is called as basic radical because it reacts with water to form base, and all anions they react with water to form acid, and therefore these anions generally termed as acidic radical. So today we will try to understand in the given salt which cation and which anion is present. Okay, so today we will discuss the analysis of salt, and in that we will try to discuss the certain anions like in today lecture we will discuss certain tests like test for the sulfide ion, test for acetate ion, and test for carbonate ion. Okay, so these are the anions, and anions when they will react with water, so they will form the corresponding acid, and that is why they are acidic radical. Okay, now the acidic radicals, when the first chemical which we use to detect these anions is called as reagent, and today all acidic radicals either they will tested by dilute sulfuric acid or the concentrated sulfuric acid. Okay, so just I will show you the practical here how we can just determine. So this is the sulfuric acid and it is dilute sulfuric acid. So all these anions will be determined by using dilute sulfuric acid. Okay, so let's check it out. So suppose you have a salt, okay, IBR salt, and we have to find out which anion is present in this salt. So what we should do, so first of all we have to take a clean and dry test tube. Okay, first of all we have to take a clean and dry test tube, and in that we will add that salt in which we have to find out the acidic radical. Okay, so I am taking the salt here, the little amount of the salt. Okay, so I have taken a salt, obviously a very little amount. Okay, and to identify the anion, in that we have to add dilute sulfuric acid. Okay, so let's observe here, whenever you will add dilute sulfuric acid in salt, okay, then what is the observation? Just look at, you will find a brisk effervescence produced here. Brisk effervescence, there is the evolution of the gas, okay, rapid evolution of the gas. So whenever such observation will be observed by adding dilute sulfuric acid in the salt, then it may be carbonate ion. Okay, it might possible that it is a carbonate ion, because whenever we add dilute sulfuric acid in the salt containing carbonate ion, then such brisk effervescence will be produced. Okay. Now we have to confirm that 100% this is the carbonate ion which is present in this salt. Then in the next experiment, what we have to do, for confirmatory test, we will again take another clean and dry test tube and we will add salt in that. So I have taken the salt, okay, a dry salt, and to confirm it, we have to prepare aqueous solution. So in this salt, I will just add here a little amount of distilled water, and I will, okay, let's dissolve it properly. Okay, so never dissolve like this one. Okay, now when the aqueous solution of magnesium sulfate, this is the magnesium sulfate, when you will add in the aqueous solution of the salt, you will add the magnesium sulfate, then just observe, you will find, okay, just you can see here the clear solution is now become what, in the form of white precipitate. Okay, so it is confirmed that this salt contains carbonate ion. So this is the confirmatory test for carbonate ion. Okay, so how we will write this experiment in a file? Okay, so we will make a table, that is observation table. Observation table. Okay, so in the first column I will write serial number. In the second table I will write experiment, what we have done, experiment, and in the third column what we have observed, that is the observation, and in the fourth column inference, okay, what we observe, which kind of radicals are there, like inference. Okay, so what we have done in the first experiment, we have taken a clean to a clean and dry test tube, small amount of salt was added, and to it not small, we can take like 2 to 3 ml dilute sulfuric acid. Then what we have also? We have taken a clean and dry test tube. To it we have added salt, and then dilute sulfuric acid was added. Then you have observed what the brisk effervescence. In the first experiment you have write what brisk effervescence was observed. Okay. Now, if a salt producing such brisk effervescence, then what kind of acidic radical is present in that? Then we can write carbonate ion here present. Okay. So to confirm this carbonate ion, we have performed another experiment. Okay. So what? We have taken a test tube. Each and every time you have to write all these things. Okay. So just I am writing here in the short form. Test tube, then to it salt was added, to it distilled water was added, and to it magnesium solution of magnesium sulfate was added. Okay, was added. So in your experiment and observation, each and every time you have to write each and every step, okay? And every sentence should be in past tense and passive voice. Now in the second experiment, what we observe? We have observed the white precipitate. White precipitate. So it is confirmed, so we can write Kavli time confirmed. So this is the chemical test for Kavli time, and I hope you understand. It will help you to perform the practical and to just analyze the salt for this particular anion. So in the next video we will discuss the next anion. Okay, thank you. Okay, good morning children, once again I am here. So today in the lecture we will discuss chemical test for sulfide ion. Okay, so I have a salt, okay, which to be analyzed, and in this salt we have to check the presence of sulfide ion. Okay, so what we will do, we will perform 3 series of experiment. In the first experiment, in the salt we will add dilute sulfuric acid and we will observe. Okay, so let's see. So I am taking here salt, it is the iron sulfide, okay, and then I have to add here dilute sulfuric acid, you can see, okay. Okay, so I have taken the dilute sulfuric acid in that. So usually this observation you can't observe on this video because it produces a foul smell that is called as a rotten egg smell. Rotten egg smell, okay. Yeah, it is producing a rotten egg smell. So suppose on adding dilute sulfuric acid in the salt and you will find a rotten egg smell. So in the first experiment where we added dilute sulfuric acid, so it produces H2S gas, and this is a rotten egg smelling gas. Okay, so whenever in the salt you will find the rotten egg smell, so it is 100% indicate the presence of sulfide ion. Okay, so to confirm it, for the confirmatory test, what we have to take, in the aqueous solution of the salt we have to add silver nitrate solution. Okay, so this is the iron sulfide stick and it is less reactive. So to check this, okay, so to check the sulfide ion, we will take another salt of sulfide ion which is more reactive, so that it will easily dissolve in the aqueous solution. Sodium sulfide is equal. Okay, so you can see here this is sodium sulfide. So this salt will also contain sulfide ion. Okay, so when in the salt of sulfide ion, I am taking the little bit amount here, and you can see on the board that salt should be aqueous. It means we have to make it aqueous by adding distilled water, dissolve it, and after dissolving, you can see still it is not dissolved, but this will give the chemical test. Now in the aqueous solution of the salt, when you will add the silver nitrate solution, then just see the observation. Okay, so now you can see, so you will find a black precipitate formed. So when the aqueous solution of in the aqueous solution of sulfide salt, you will add the silver nitrate solution, then you will observe the black precipitate. Okay, so this confirms the presence of sulfide ion in the salt. So in salt, in the aqueous solution of the salt, this is the sulfide ion, and this sulfide ion react with silver ion to form what? Silver sulfide, which is a black precipitate. So black precipitate of silver sulfide will be formed. Okay. Now in the third experiment, we have to take once again the aqueous solution of the salt. So I am taking here the same salt, sulfide salt. So this will contain sulfide ion in that, and I will make it aqueous. So we have to dissolve it, and after dissolution we will add sodium nitroprusside solution. Okay, so maximum this salt had been dissolved. So now we will add sodium nitroprusside solution in the aqueous solution of sulfide salt. Okay, so this is sodium nitroprusside solution, and this is the aqueous solution of salt. Now when you will add 1 to 2 drop in it, then you will find a dark purple color solution. So it indicates the conformation of sulfide ion. Okay, so these are the 3 chemical tests by which we can test the sulfide ion. So first we will add dilute sulfuric acid, then you will find a rotary smell of hydrogen sulfide gas, and in the aqueous solution of this salt we will add silver nitrate. Other than silver nitrate, you can add lead acetate solution also. So in both cases you will find a black precipitate. Okay, so I hope you understand, and this will help you. Thank you. Okay, once again children, welcome you all here. So in this video we will see the chemical test for acetate ion. Okay, so how we will confirm the presence of acetate ion in the given salt. Okay, so for that we will perform the 2 series of experiment. In the first experiment we will take salt, and to it we will add a little amount like 2-3 ml of dilute sulfuric acid, and we will see the observation. So first of all we will take salt. So this is the salt that I have taken here, and to it once again we will add the dilute sulfuric acid. Okay, and we will see the observation. So this observation in this video, it is not possible to observe because it will produce a smell that is called as vinegar smell. So after adding dilute sulfuric acid in this salt, we have to just smell it. Yeah, obviously it is producing what? A vinegar smell. So whenever in the salt of acetate ion, when you will add dilute sulfuric acid, then vinegar smell you will observe. And obviously vinegar smell is produced by what? Acetic acid. It is the vinegar. To confirm that this salt contains acetate ion, we will perform the next experiment, and in this next experiment what we are doing? We have to make salt aqueous. It means we will take a salt, a little amount of the salt, and in this we will add a little amount of distilled water to make it aqueous, and make sure the salt has been dissolved here. Okay, now to it we will add neutral ferric chloride solution. So this is the ferric chloride solution already prepared. Okay, and to make it neutral, what I will do, I will just add a little amount of water, little distilled water in that. Okay, So this is the ferric chloride and in it I am adding, इसको कट कर दीजिए, कट करिए. Okay. Now this neutral ferric chloride solution when it will add in the aqueous solution of salt, then just let's see the observation here. You can find here a red blood color. So in the aqueous solution of acetate ion, the salt of the acetate ion, when you will add ferric chloride solution, then you will observe a blood red solution. So this confirms the presence of acetate ion. So this is the conformity test. If you will observe the blood red color, so it confirms the presence of acetate ion. Okay, so this is the experiment, how you will observe, how will you determine, identify the anions, acetate ion. Okay, so in the next video we will discuss about the chemistry of all this experiment, what kind of product formed in this, where the smell of the variable is observed, and what kind of compound formed, blood red compound formed. Okay, so in the next video we will discuss the chemistry of this experiment. Okay, so I hope you will understand, you will able to understand how to perform the chemical test for acetate ion. Thank you.